It truly doesn't matter what form of racing it is. If you've done it, the language is common.
24,000 horsepower on the starting line.
It's purely just passion, whether it's a total piece of junk car or it's some really insane, perfectly restored hot rod. I think everyone just wants to go drive their car and do it somewhere fun, and it's what makes American car culture so unique.
My name is Riley Harper, and I'm a professional stuntman, photographer, and I've been car obsessed from an early age. I grew up at racetracks and on movie sets most of my life, and I think growing up in like a racing family specifically, cars just are kind of a through needle in my entire family and in my life.
Oh yeah. Oh, she goes. Wow.
I'm out here in Texas with Red Bull Racing to explore different forms of American car culture. Whether it's chasing podiums or restoring a beat-up hot rod, cars are more than just transport for these people. They're a passion in a community that spans generations. Motorsports as a whole, you know, a lot of these things take place in small towns and all around the US. And so we're first heading to Ennis, which is just outside of Dallas, to the Texas Motorplex. And we're gonna check out professional drag racing and a different version of Friday Night Lights that Texas is used to.
Enough of that. We're going racing. No time to talk. Welcome, race fans. Always a great sign when you see that.
So won't you come down to the lakeside? Won't you come down by the shady shore? Take the load up off your shoulder. You don't need to carry that no
Smells so good. No better smell than race fuel.
Statler makes a hard left turn.
We're at qualifying here for the Texas Fall Nationals, late in the season for NHRA, so we're kind of in our playoff mode here. Energy's great, fans are coming in. Nighttime qualifying on Friday night here. Potential to see records, and the conditions tonight will be prime for it. So everything's bigger in Texas, including this race. Yeah,
Love it.
And then can you just refresh me, since it was so long ago since I've been to a professional drag race, but the format of qualifying leading into tomorrow, kind of how that just generally works?
So we have like 20 cars have showed up to try to get in the field for Nitro Funny Car and Top Fuel, the biggest two categories we have. We only take 16 of them on Sunday to race. So they get 4 shots at the racetrack. Quickest 16 cars after their 4 attempts, those are the ones that get to race on Sunday.
Come on in, everybody. I've raced in some capacity my entire life. So my father drove this car for 25 years, but I can remember before we had a Nitro Funny car, he raced like local tracks just with his, he actually had a car that he drove the track and then bolted slicks on it.
There you go.
And then raced. So after 3 or 4 years of doing that, he fell into this world and kind of fell in love with it, man. I've never done drugs, but I cannot imagine anything as addictive as this. It is ridiculous how it gets in your blood.
I working on his car for a lot of years when he was racing?
I worked on his car for a long time, and then actually he said, you have to go find a real job. So I said, all right, fine, I'll find a real job. So I was an accountant for 10 years. Then we got the opportunity for someone else to drive it, and I was like, I'll do it.
But he already knew you were going to be the one, right?
At dinner time, over the course of our lives, we always said, that would be so cool if we got to do that sometime.
Yeah.
Right? But so this was just a fantasy we had. And then it came true.
That's
so
amazing.
Here we are. You want to sit in it?
Sure.
Come here. Here, you go that way.
It's like a little kid again.
Put your right foot in the seat, then you can just kind of crawl in. There you go.
Pretty agile.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So it's pretty tight. You're a little taller than me, so you're a little tighter than I would be, but
I've been in a couple small cockpits in my life, but this is snug.
you would be surprised how much snugger it feels when they set the body down. Wow. Like, it feels much tighter.
This is just the weirdest feeling right here.
Yeah?
How small that is, and like no cushion, nothing. You're just
Yeah, it's
all
gotta
metal,
be.
baby.
It's gotta be that tight, or
Yeah.
else you can't. Like, if
course,
you
yeah.
steer it left and right.
I realize now how big this engine is when it's right in front of your face.
Yeah,
The side
more
profile
intimidating.
doesn't do it justice.
yeah,
Or
it's
the
a little
front.
more intimidating sitting there. I have friends that drive dragsters, like Justin Ashley's. That they call them coffins. They call funny cars coffins.
I mean, I wanted to be positive, and I didn't want to call it a car.
You ain't gonna hurt my feelings.
Oh man,
I know I'm not that bright. You can say it.
I got a lot of respect for you guys.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate you.
Wild. I mean, it's just like the most frightening looking thing. Yeah. It'd be kind of cool to see him get in and strap in. I just loved it. Like a few years ago, he was just like at a desk job doing finance stuff and obviously working on cars too, but that was his day job, and now he's just going 300 plus miles an hour. I'm ready to see some up close.
I've never done drugs, but I cannot imagine anything as addictive as this. It is ridiculous how it gets in your blood.
I can't even explain how that feels. Can't even put words on it. Oh my God.
Perhaps.
That's fucking nuts.
President of the company.
That is so fucking nuts.
Guys, thank you so much for coming out and supporting Paul Lee. We hope you fall in love with our sport of NHRA drag racing. They got an exclusive here this weekend. Nobody can.
How are you guys feeling right now?
Well, it can't get any better than it is right now. We're sitting on the pole, #1 qualifier, and that's a big deal because you want to qualify well in Q1, so tonight you can take a shot at it, and it's a big run for us. My quickest ET ever was at this racetrack, and I was the first person, human, on the planet to break 340 miles per hour in 1,000 feet. And still to this day, I'm the fastest man on the planet at 341 miles per hour. Will we run 340 tonight? You gotta wait and see. This is where the true magic happens. Each and every guy in this team has a specific role, a specific task, and he's got to execute to perfection every time. If any one of these guys makes a mistake, the first person to know is me. And my life is in their hands. Every single time I sit in this car, we frame it this way. If they're perfect, and I'm perfect, and the crew chiefs are perfect, we have a chance to win, a chance. Now at this point, you see it, it's kind of calm, they're not moving fast, because in qualifying, they give us a nice gap. On race day, it's 60 minutes from parachute out to the start line. That gives them 35 minutes to 40 minutes max to tear it apart, back together again, get in the car and go 340 miles per hour.
How did your racing career start? Like, what got you to here?
Yeah, so for me, it was through stories. My grandfather raced in the 60s before I was born. And growing up as a kid, my grandfather coined the phrase, win on Sunday, sell on Monday. and he built his whole racing program around racing at the racetrack and then selling back at our dealerships. We have 36 stores all around the country, most of them Ford, and he brought that back to his Ford stores. Connecting with the fans, whether you're winning and losing and you're going through the grind, that connection that we have is incredibly powerful.
I grew up at the racetrack. I was at the drag strip the first time when I was 3 weeks old. So I can't pinpoint the moment I fell in love with it. It's just always been there. When I raced back in that day, 8 was the lowest age you can race. So I had been, bugging my dad for years to build me a car so we could go racing. So I started when I was 8, and at that point it was actually a 50-50 split, girls and boys, when we raced.
It's amazing.
So I grew up, racing the girls and the boys.
Yeah.
And then when we progressed through the classes, when I was 16, I got up to a bigger car. It's called the Super Comp. And even there, we had a lot of strong females racing.
Yeah. How are you doing today, and how are you looking for the weekend so far?
So we came up a great weekend in St. Louis last race. We had a runner-up finish, made it to the final. We had a overall great race day, great car, great performance from all team around. We only had one run here so far. We smoked the tires quite early. We gotta get after it tonight.
Yeah.
So what we call throwdown conditions, that's what we're gonna see tonight. And we're gonna try to go after it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
Well, I'm excited to watch.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Man, it's all over. Oh, huge fire for Lee. He's in the wall at the top end, 391.5. And Lee's car is a ghost ship down there, one parachute out, and he's trying to gain control of it again. You can see the fire underneath the body. And once again, Paul Lee finds himself in flames on a Friday night. Wilkerson goes 396.9, but man, that's brutal.
It's crazier than I thought it'd be up here. I thought they'd be like hanging out, just like talking about. They're like, they got a lost kid. They got. This guy just blew up in flames, and it's a lot of stuff going on. It's good to get it reinserted into my veins of how crazy it actually is.
Yes.
I forgot.
You picked the right night.
Yeah.
We've had all kinds of calamity and some great performances, and we're really just getting started.
I love it. Yeah.
I spoke to Bob Tasco after the first qualifying, and he's currently on top. So his last run in this series is going to be all out.
Believe it or not, the guy that just blew his shit up to smithereens down there is now the #1 qualifier. He just made the quickest run of
Really?
the entire race and well on fire down there.
No way.
That's how this works.
So is he going to be able to repair his car before?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So there's some drama heating up. I like it.
Oh yeah. Laney, we're having a blast up here. Absolute blast as we're getting ready to fire up that next pair of funny cars.
J.R. Todd on the right-hand side, Blake Alexander. We're getting ready to burn nitro. 24,000 horsepower on the starting line.
We're just wrapping up here. It was insane. We all have tears in our eyes, not because we're crying, but because the fumes are so crazy when you're standing behind the cars and you're that close. It's insane. Yeah, I forgot how crazy it is in person to be here. It's like your entire body is just getting rattled every single time. You don't get used to it. Next, we are heading to Houston, bright and early. Getting in the Raptor R, trip to Houston for something very different than this.
So I'm headed south to go down to Houston and check out a guy named Jay in his shop. He wraps all kinds of cars and he's very embedded in the car culture there. He's gonna show us some pretty unique stuff.
It'll be drastically different from last night too. It was a much bigger event than I anticipated. You could tell people come from all over to check that out. And I said it yesterday, but like I forgot that feeling that you get when you're that close. Watching Danny's like routine before he gets in and like getting hyped up, to go from like chill mode to then getting in a car and within 5 minutes of strapping in, you're going 300 plus miles an hour is like bizarre. I'm gonna really fit in here, I feel like. Whoa. Very incognito, and those are bigger than I thought. I'm diving into slab culture, baby. We made it. I can drive one of these, I think.
Hey, how's it going, man?
Good, how are you?
Thanks, good. Checking out the slab?
Yeah. It's a shock.
Yeah, definitely something different. You don't see this very often.
I think the colors are like how bright they actually are, and it just adds to the whole.
Candy paint is usually the go-to because that's the shiniest. It looks really, really nice, that metallic flick on there.
Yeah. And then can you just kind of like, I'm familiar with the visual, but I want to hear kind of like the birth of it and why it is what it is.
So it actually started like in the 80s. The wheels back then were nothing like what you see here as far as poking to the sides so much. Having a genuine slab requires a lot. Paint, interior, wheels obviously, and then they go as far as doing the grills. Like everything must be touched on the car.
And there's like a slogan on most cars, like on the back.
On the trunk. So a lot of times they'll open the trunk and they'll have like a slogan there. They'll have some pretty crazy stuff sometimes on there.
I like it.
That's just part of this culture. Like sometimes whenever you fix up your car, one thing that people do is that they drive in front of the other and they open up their trunk and let them have it.
How's it going, man?
Leo, man.
Riley, nice to meet you.
Which
one's yours?
This is my car. This
I love it.
Avenue Ultra.
And this is like where it all started in Houston, right?
Yeah.
But now it's kind of spread.
Yeah.
Now it's all over Texas, man.
Yeah.
We see some like Louisiana. We're starting to see it even in other countries.
Really?
Yeah, people are like ordering wheels from here, shipping them out of
what countries are doing it?
Like I've seen some even in China.
Really? Yeah. I can see that, I guess. That's so funny.
It's pretty crazy.
It's cool when stuff like unique things like this take over and, you know.
We have our own community. My uncles and cousins, you know, they all was riding slab back in the day, so I was around it, so I just grew into it. Yeah, that was mainly it.
That's usually how it happens, right?
Yeah.
When you're a kid and it's around you at all times, and then it becomes part of your life.
Yeah, a big part of my life.
At least on the highway, like no one's gonna get too close, you know? They don't want to.
Nah, the cars pretty much stay back. They stay away. Even though coming over here, they stayed away.
It's so funny.
Have you ever had like a tangle with it? Like, do you ever forget that you're this wide on the road?
Yeah. I hate to relive this memory. I actually hit a pole with one. And it went viral, like 5 million views.
Yeah, we got to get some wheels on an F1 car. Yeah. I think Max would probably like it.
Jay did that. Jay did that last year.
Really?
So we put wheels on an F1 car. It was definitely a crazy thing to do. When I received the call to make it happen, I was like, I don't even know how we're going to do this, but I could definitely try. And it was tough, but different for sure.
Yeah.
I got it.
All right, let's go.
I got it. Money, luxury, give me every encore, give me every certainty, so I'm never unsure. Give me looks, procure everything in couture. I want every star in the sky to shine bright.
You guys own the streets. People probably get excited just seeing you guys cruise down the road, right?
Every shipwreck that went left to get right. If I bring the presence of royalty, got my soldiers, got loyalty, got that bounce, got that water, forces join, I got buoyancy, the bravado with mountains, got my...
Thank you. Pleasure, man. Thank you. Super cool. That was so fun. They swerve and like, they literally take over the streets. But like kids are like taking pictures and waving, like everyone likes it. That's fun. On a daily basis, are you just doing mostly just customer cars?
Social media has grown like crazy for us, so we have people coming in from everywhere.
So next car I buy, I got to buy it in Texas. So
buy it in Texas, we'll take care of you, send it back.
PPF on it. Can you show us the shop a little bit?
So this is kind of like where we do a lot of our commercial work, in this area here. And then there is where we're going to fix it up so we can film videos, do classes, because I host car wrapping classes.
Oh, cool. Do you have like a waiting list?
So we're normally booked out up to a month. Sometimes it depends on the time of year. Sometimes it goes up to 3 months. People don't know that it takes a lot of work to do this. Like a lot of times you'll just see the car wrapped, but you don't know that we take the cars completely apart. But that's the way to do it right, to get the best results.
And what came first, your rapping skills or your YouTube personality success? You're a big YouTuber as well, right?
So I've always been posting stuff, way back when I was like really into the slab stuff. I used to have my car with elbows. I used to post videos of that. So I wanted to have something different, and I saw a video on YouTube of a blue chrome car. I didn't know it was a wrap. So I went to a paint shop after paint shop, and they're like, no, we don't know how to do that. That's not paint. And I was like, then what is it? Because it's on a car. And eventually someone told me it's a wrap. So I went and finally found a wrap shop. It was hard to find a wrap shop at the time. I found one that was willing to do it. So I was one of the first people to have a wrap on a slab, you would say. And people started asking, who did that? But the shop told me, hey, you can't tell anyone. So I went ahead and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna start telling people I do this. And I just started selling wraps. I literally went ahead, opened the shop on the spot, didn't know what I was doing, so I had no choice but to learn. I appreciate y'all coming through.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, same. Thank you so much.
Thanks for showing us around. It's fun. So after seeing all this stuff in Texas, it really had me thinking about my childhood and growing up around cars and my dad building his hot rod in our garage. My dad now lives here in Austin, so we're gonna go see him and go to one of the classic car meets in Austin and take his hot rod for a spin. I remember the day he brought it home. I was probably like 6 years old or something. I don't even know, maybe younger. And it came on a trailer and it was just like a chunk of metal basically that was dented. It was sitting in a field somewhere back east. I mean, I wouldn't say I helped him build it, but when I was a kid, I would, he'd let me like bang the fenders out and like help him maybe sand something. It was always a constant in our family of that car being progressively, built our whole childhood.
Yeah, that thing's nice.
That is a nice Raptor, huh?
Yeah. I have to get one of those.
It's fast.
Got a couple new pictures on the picture wall.
So how did you get into stunting? What was your kind of entryway into that then?
I got in through a man named Ronnie Rondell, who I grew up with his son, Reed Rondell, racing mini bikes. And unfortunately, we lost Reed when he was 22 in a helicopter accident on a TV show called Airwolf. And my son, Reed, his younger brother, is named after him. And so he got me in, and it was just like, you didn't realize it, but you were constantly auditioning for these guys as you were growing up. You'd go water skiing with them, you'd go surfing, you'd go ride motorcycles, you'd do all this stuff, and they go, well, he can do all that, he can do this. And that's exactly the way he was brought up. And that's kind of really how it starts, is you just, especially when you're second generation of it, you just grow up around these people, like all of his, like what you would call a calabash uncle, right? Who was like, he grew up around these guys and they're like his son also. So they're like, hey, Riley, try this, do this, He grew up around me always having a motorcycle in the garage or, having my hot rod or the Corvette or whatever it was. There was always something around that made a lot of noise and went fast. And that was kind of what we were all about. You see this logo right here? And it's also tattooed on his arm?
Yes, okay.
So my grandfather...
You'll see them all over this entire garage and property.
My grandfather drew that in 1915. And he had the Flying H Ranch in Encino, California, in San Fernando Valley. And on the back of all of our belts when we were kids, they were hand-tooled with a Flying H. And I have actually one of my father's last ones over there. That's just been our family crest. It's just you know. My nickname at work is Flying H. A lot of the stunt guys are, hey, Flying H, what's up? And that's,
But also on all of my racing helmets when I was a kid, like I still have my first helmets. On everything we've ever raced, there's always been this emblem, you know?
I really love that.
Yeah, it's our family crest, really, you know, and it's a lot of history there between my grandfather and what he did in his life, and what my father did flying, and then what we've done, and now what the boys have done. This is kind of, I don't even know how to explain it, but I bought this because I was working on Waterworld in 1995. I was in Hawaii, and I was there for a long time. And this older gentleman, stuntman, my mentor, this guy Ronnie, he loved hot rods, motorcycles, anything. And I told him I really wanted to build a hot rod because I grew up around it, but I was raising kids and I didn't know how to do it. And he said, well, save your per diem money. And I said, what? And he goes, yeah, they give you, your cash and your per diem envelope every week for your food and stuff. He said, just save that. And I go, what am I going to eat on? He goes, just go get a loaf of bread and some peanut butter and jelly, and that's what you eat on. If you really want it, that's what you'll do. I said, I'll do it. So I did, and I made enough money to where I bought this, and it was just a body and frame, and I drug it home and just started working on it, and then I'd leave and I'd go work and I'd save my per diem, and I'd come back and I'd buy a part for it, and I'd leave and I'd save my per diem and I'd buy another part. It took about 10 years for me to finally get it going. I'd be underneath it, working on something, all of a sudden a little person would come in next to me and be him or his brother going, what are you doing? And I go, here, hold this wrench, and do this. And so, it was, they helped me here and there, and then once we got it going, it was every Friday night and down in Burbank, California, right next to Warner Brothers Studios. There's Bob's Big Boy, and I used to go down there with my dad and my uncle when I was a kid, and then we started going down there, and every Friday night it was kind of a ritual if I was home and not working. Weird.
A funny story is, I forgot, but I'm surprised I didn't tell you guys this on the drive, but we used to do this when I was pretty young, 10, 11, 12, and I used to fall asleep, and you're gonna hear how loud this thing actually is, but I used to pass out on the way home from these car shows and just be sound asleep in the passenger seat. It's like another sibling of our family almost.
And it's always, nothing else was in the garage but this.
And I like your headrest in here. That kind of goes along with that sentiment.
Yeah, that's from SEAL Team 6. That was given to me by a SEAL Team guy.
It's like the slab, like if he had his own slab, that's what he would say in the trunk when it opened up.
Yeah, I like that.
Hey, so what do you think, man? Tough Enough's got something going on downtown tonight. You want to go?
Yeah, let's go. Oh, I still fit in here.
Easy on the door.
The only door you're allowed to slam. Now hit my Raptor. Tough Enough is a car meet that's been going on for the last 8 years in Austin. The founder, Michael, started it as a way to meet the local car community. And over the years, it's grown into one of the largest and coolest meets in the area.
Riley, Michael.
Yeah, pleasure. Nice to meet you,
man.
Michael.
Thank you guys so much for bringing that. 36?
Yeah.
Awesome car.
What is this?
So it's kind of tropical. It's probably been here for the last, it was a gas station for a long time on this side of town, and then it shut down. Turned into a bar probably, I guess 15 years ago. I started my car night about 8 years ago, and then this came into some ownership of some friends of mine, and they were just like, do you want to come over here and do this? Yeah. I'm in a spot where I'm lucky that they allow me to take over a bar on a night like a Monday. Nobody comes out on these nights, and then we're here to flip out and just look at everybody's stuff and talk about cars. And
right on.
It's so good to meet you guys. Welcome. Thanks so much for coming. Yeah.
This is my 1939 Lincoln Zephyr Coupe. My wife bought it for me for my 50th birthday, and it was a beater. Did a lot of work, and here it is. I'm really excited that Michael and a couple of the young guys came along because Austin's always been known for their hot rods, and You know, I've been into this for about 20, 25 years, but I've only had my car for about 10. And having this young breath of youth brought back into it's really revitalizing everything. So I want to support them as much as I can.
It's such a crazy variety. Most like car cultures, you like go to, it's like the slab stuff. You go there and it's all the same kind of cars. Here at these things, it's like anything and everything, you know?
Yeah.
People live for this, you know? Like they work on these cars most of their life sometimes, and then they're just like, what's my dad doing?
He's absolutely loving it. Can you see how much?
No, this is his like bread and butter right here. This is like all he wants to do is sit here and have people look at his stuff, and you can tell him about it. He loves it. Like, I like to just sit back and watch sometimes and just watch him in his element, you know?
Great night.
I love this. These are my people.
I started this to try to meet people, and we want to make sure everyone's welcome. And there's no year cutoff here. I don't like have this thing where I'm like, that's too new. Like, you know, people are into their car. I want them to bring it. I want to learn about it.
So far, it's been a really good variety of stuff, and we've seen so much crazy shit while we've been here. But to like cap it off here, back in Austin with my dad, doing this, which we used to do all the time, and then being able to like show him the track and let him see F1 up close is gonna be the coolest part. So he's gonna like, I think, have sensory overload, like we all do on our first F1 race. Like, what is this? So it's gonna be good. Oh, look at this. Texas, baby.
I can't believe that they move all this stuff to every race.
I know.
It just blows my mind.
Literally a traveling circus.
The
Like,
logistics of it are unbelievable.
yeah. It's so wild. It's always good to be in the paddock. It feels good. I was just saying how like each paddock kind of always has the same vibe.
This paddock's a little different from when I was racing.
Yeah?
Yeah, all you could smell when I was racing was cold beer and methanol.
Not a bad Thursday. Drastically different from drag racing. It was kind of nice that the drag racing was so like raw and just like not
Grassroots.
shiny. Yeah.
Grassroots, baby.
We got the two ends of the spectrum this week. That was good. This guy's in heaven right now.
So good. So good.
Hello.
How's it going?
Hi. How's
Riley.
it going? Nice to meet you.
Too. This is my dad, Tom.
Yeah. Hi. Nice to meet you.
We've been on a journey throughout Texas looking at different car cultures all around. And
Yeah, we've
nice.
kind of seen, like, we've done drag racing and a bunch of other things, and we've kind of understood how a lot of racing comes from family. And, like, I grew up racing motorcycles because he did, and, you know, that was our thing as my youth. And we want to understand more of kind of your tie to that as well with family and racing.
Yeah. I mean, of course, my dad raced in Formula One himself. My mom used to race in go-karts against drivers that then also made it to Formula One, like Jenson Button, Giancarlo Fisichella, like those kind of drivers, you know. So I would even say the racing side of things in the family is more from my mom's side. She basically stayed in go-karting until she got pregnant with me. So
It's amazing.
I basically finished her career.
So, yeah, all thanks to you.
Yeah, it's all thanks
you're
to me.
carrying it on in a good way,
Yeah.
I'm sure. So.
Before every race, she sends me a picture. Actually, on like today, she will send me a picture of like lighting a candle before every race she goes to church and she lights a candle.
Great. That's awesome.
And yeah, so my conversation with my mom when I go in the pictures is like a candle every week, you know, candle, candle.
All candles.
Yeah, it's just full of candles for like 11 years now.
That's good. Keeps you safe.
Yeah, and I do think that what is always, I find very important when you're a child, that your parents, they don't force you to do something.
Yeah.
So my dad, my mom, they never told me like, hey, try a go-kart, or like, you need to do this. I was actually like at a go-kart track, and I saw a younger kid, I was 4, and I saw a 3-year-old kid already drive a go-kart, and I was like, I want to do that.
Yeah.
He's 3 years old and I'm not driving it. And then I called my dad. He was racing, I think, Montreal, F1. And he was like, no, I want you to wait until you're 6, like not now. And so then I kept pushing, crying to my mom for like a couple months that I wanted to start, like get me in the go-kart. Finally, they allowed me. So it's like 4.5, and I started to drive. And basically, the kid that I saw at the time that basically kick-started it for me, he's to this day my best friend.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Did you have any bad accidents while doing stunts, or?
It's funny, everyone always asks that.
Yeah,
but it's
because
like,
I mean,
know.
you are the one that takes the big risk.
Of course.
Right?
I think like for me, all of my worst injuries for me has been doing like stupid stuff with my buddies. You know what I mean? Like just having fun, not actually, when you're at work, you're just locked in. It's like,
and it's all planned, like
everything's
really
planned.
strict.
It's like when you get in that car, you know it's perfect. Like when we go to the set to do a stunt, I've made sure everything is perfect, ready to go, and we go.
Well, it's the same tie into Formula One too, is you're relying on your team. Like the team is making sure your car is perfect, exactly how it should be for you. And it's like, it's the same thing in terms of what we do.
Honestly, it's crazy how, you know, they work for those 2 cars and what is on it as well, and the build process as well, of how everything is tracked as well. Like it's really insane. Now, even for me, like I don't even think about it because, you know, you've been in it now for a long time and you just trust everyone that they know exactly their roles, and I just sit in it and go.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. Pleasure to meet you.
You're welcome.
Thanks,
Thank
Mac.
you. Good
Pleasure.
to meet you.
Good luck tomorrow, or Sunday. Yeah.
And tomorrow, and Saturday.
Yeah, every day.
The whole week. We'll light a candle for you. It truly doesn't matter what form of racing it is. If you've done it, the language is common, right?
Yeah. Well, everyone has a similar perspective on life because you're a racer. It's like you live a certain way because of it, you know?
Yeah. And it's interesting. You know what I love that he said? He goes, his best friend said he raced with. And it's so important, like racing like you did with Lance and Cole and stuff. You race handlebar to handlebar. You've got each other's life in your hands. Same thing racing cars.
Yeah.
So you have that bond that is amazing. That, you know, I love to hear that. That's so cool. Hearing the car run and smelling the fumes and all that is just, it's amazing. But I think the cap is being able to shake Max's hand and have so much in common with him as far as family and racing and everything we've done in our life together. It's so close to exactly what he's done in his family.
Yeah, it's a similar story to like no matter the level of racer you are, that story has usually come from the same root of like how it all started, you know?
And that's really and you know, I love the fact that his mom and dad both race, which is like so cool. You know?
I forgot that his mom, and I didn't know that she was kind of the primary like racer in the family.
So awesome.
Yeah, it's cool.
Well, it's a good time, man. I can't thank you enough for having me over here.
Let's get in our Raptor and get the hell out of here, huh? I've had an incredible time on this trip. I've rediscovered things from my youth that I used to do with my dad as a family, and it's really stripped back what car culture really is, especially here in the U.S.
Like the summertime, straight out of California day.
Sharing something together, whether it's a project or a need for speed, or making a statement, or even winning a world championship, car culture is simply a community, and it's family.
I let you be free. Sing from the tree. And you can sing your song